Hi, I'm Sonia and I help people take their power back. And I wanted to come on here live because I got a comment last night that has been living in my brain again, and I wanted to come on here and talk about it and maybe hang out with you guys for a little while if anybody jumps on. But I got a comment last night from somebody who's supposedly teaching people something. I didn't look into it, but they went on a little bit of a tirade about how it's wrong to want a 9 to 5, or like 9 to 5s are bad for people and it's a rat race and no one should have to live like that. And I, I have a problem with comments like that. I really do. It is none of your business what anybody else wants or desires, and it is not your business to convince them that what they want is wrong. Unless somebody wants to literally hurt other people, it's none of your fucking business what they're doing. I know plenty of people who love their 9 to 5 and that is what they want to do. And if they ended up winning the lottery or became multi-billionaires, they would still go to their 9 to 5 job because that's what they want to do with their time and that's what they enjoy doing. So if that's you, please do not listen to anybody who tells you that it's wrong to want a 9 to 5 or that you're somehow part of a system that's hurting people. At the end of the day, what matters is that you are happy. If doing what you do, what you're doing, and if your job and you enjoy your job, don't listen to people who are telling you that it's somehow wrong or you should want to become a business owner or that's the only way to live life. Just because a 9 to 5 isn't for you doesn't mean that it isn't for other people. Those kind of comments from people who are teachers and, whatever, hurt me a lot early on in my journey for a long time. Oh, you probably don't really want that and you don't like, that's not, you could do so much more or whatever. You want what you want and you can have it. If you are not wanting to hurt other people, then you don't need to have a judgment of that you want to have what you want. Who gives a fuck what other people think? Who gives a fuck if it's, who cares? Prestigious. Like, if you're happy, that's all that fucking matters. So please do not listen to people who leave comments like that. I think that's fucking bullshit and is fucking ignorant, and I I'm not here for that shit. I am not here to tell people what they desire and that what they want is wrong. That's, like I said, with the exception of you wanting to hurt people, that's where I'm not okay with it. But if you want a 9 to 5 job and that's the life that you want to live and you are happy with, don't let anybody tell you that that's wrong and that you can't have it. Hi guys, it's a little early in the morning, but I just wanted to come on here and say that. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. How can we create the belief in manifesting? Also, are we always doing it? Everything is a manifestation. Everything is what you tell yourself that it is. How do you create the belief in it? You decide that you believe, and then you tell yourself that you believe. It's a fucking choice, just like whatever you choose to think and tell yourself. I can't make you believe. Hi, off topic, but you've become such a huge comfort to me. I watch your videos regularly and they calm me down a lot. Oh, yay, I love that. I love that you enjoy my videos. I enjoy making my videos. Hi. But yeah, believing and manifesting is a choice. As long as you choose to question if it's real, you're always going to get proven right that there's something to question. It's a choice. I can't make you believe. No one else can make you believe. When it comes down to it, all religions are basically teaching you about manifestation. So I can't make you believe in God. Because if I could, or other people could, then more people would just understand and believe that this is how shit works. It's a choice. Studied manifesting since 2008. Discovered LOA on YouTube in 2022. Watched every video of every coach. Drove me nuts. You're the only one who made it click. Thank you. I'm happy I found you. Oh, yay. I love that. I love that I'm the one who made it click for you. I'm sorry that no one else made it click for you, but I'm grateful that everything that I went through to get me to this point helps other people get it to click, because I was the same way. I was on this journey for a while and it just like wasn't clicking until it started to click. And where it started to click more was me realizing that I have to become my own little science project and find what works for me. Making the decision to continue to apply and accept the end instead of often very subtly noticing lack. When you notice things and you notice thoughts that you don't want to become true, you correct yourself and tell yourself what you want to be true. The more you bitch, whine, moan, and complain and are focused on how this isn't happening, or I had this thought, or I'm focused on this, is you choosing to not have what you want, and you're not going to have what you want if you continue to do that bullshit. Anyone who has actually done the work has never failed, because if they did fail, it means they never did it right in the first place. Anyone who's actually done the work has never failed, because if they did fail, it means they never did the work in the first place. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. Whatever you tell yourself in the moment when things happen in a way you didn't want them to is true. If you choose failure in that moment, then you failed. I But you can change that in the moment. It's not like once you do the work never ends. You're always fucking thinking. You always have a choice of how you're going to view shit. I don't know. Hi, Anna. Sonia, can you give me a massive bitch slap, please? Manifested ex back for a year and only to find out he got married. Trying extremely hard to get out of the state of devastation and get back on track. I mean, all you can really do is feel your feelings about it and then decide to get back on track. It's a choice. Feel free to be hard on me. At the end of the day, it's a choice. Are you going to put yourself back on track, or are you not? It's that's it. It's dealing with your emotions and your feelings and your shit in the moment and then making a choice. Your and Sammy's videos have helped me to manifest my desire. Yay! It took me like 2 months to get the results in the 3D. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that I got to be a part of your journey and that something I said helped you figure it out. but you're the one who you did it, you applied it, you got it to work for you, and that's awesome. And moving forward, the thing I learned from the most was the things that it's like, I know I manifested that. Now I'm going to apply that to other shit. Thank you, Sonia. Best advice for ignoring, not getting caught up with the time. What is the best advice for ignoring / not getting caught up when with the time something is taking in the 3D? You realize that you live in an eternal now where what you tell yourself is true now. And the more you bitch about the time and worry about the time and think about the time, you are choosing that you don't have what you want. And the reason you don't have what you want and that it's going to take forever and that it's taken forever is because of you. You remind yourself you have it now. Nope, I have it now. Nope, that's not true. I have it now. Things are going to be the way I want them to be because I fucking said so. Do other people reflect back what you tell yourself? Yeah. I literally just had somebody leave me a comment of something that I tell myself people comment me on all the time. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, basically, yeah. With the reflecting, whatever you tell yourself is true is true. You have to be proven right in one way or another. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You're a gem, thanks. Oh, you're welcome. What you want is true now. You cannot bitch, whine, moan, and complain now because all that exists is now. You're choosing that there's something to bitch, whine, moan, and complain about, meaning that you don't have what you want, which is you choosing to not have what you want. That's why I'm like, so this is a fucking discipline and it is a lifestyle and it is a practice. It's not, in my opinion, a quick fix to shit. Can shit get fixed fast? Absolutely it can. But if you don't understand what you are doing and you want to change your whole life in 3 days, you're setting yourself up to fail, which is a perfect manifestation of all of the shit that you actually are thinking all the time and believing. Thank you, Sonia. You make me feel powerful. Yay. Thanks to you, I understand that I must do the work and truly change my mindset. Now I get how much I was wasting time waiting for miracles. Oh, you and me both. That's like I always say it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you start to see what has been truly going on in your head and what you've been experiencing outside of you, you go, oh, fuck. I wasn't truly changing me. I was waiting for things. I was waiting for miracles and then being upset that they weren't happening. And it was a perfect reflection, manifestation. I was experiencing exactly what I was telling myself I was going to experience and that I was experiencing. I was focused on, I really hope this works. And I'm going to do some techniques because people say that that shit works. Not using it to change me. And that's the only thing that works. You are no longer allowed to accept the thoughts that are telling you you can't have or won't have or don't have what you want and expect shit to change. And yeah, it's fucking uncomfortable when you first start doing it. And if you are like, yeah, right, this can't be real and this isn't going to work, doing it with stuff that is like, really life-changing or money, I think is a great example. If you're very, I really need this money, to just tell yourself, I have the money and not know where it's going to come from can be fucking stressful and scary. And that's where I'm like, for me, doing it with things that weren't end all be all important was where I started to actually understand what I was doing. I started saying that I don't have addiction to biting my nails, and it's been 3 days since I put my hands in my mouth, laugh out loud. I'm so happy, thank you. Yay! Congratulations, love, that's awesome. Stop identifying with the shit you don't want. Some things, it's really easy to do that. Other things, it's not as easy to do that. Which all comes from past shit. I used to affirm for months, exhaust myself, and then have a massive breakdown because it wasn't working. Now I understand how ridiculous I was. Actually, since I found you, manifestation in other areas have been pouring in. Oh, that's awesome. But I did the same shit. I did the same shit. I wouldn't even make it months. It was like days. I told this when I just went live with Carrie last week, but I had like manifestation hours. Hi Yara. I was like, oh, if if my manifestations don't come by 5 o'clock tomorrow, then it's not real and it doesn't work. And I would be spiraling every fucking day until I realized, oh shit, that's not. Manifested 3 grand on a lottery win this weekend. Nice. Congratulations. Is it okay to keep messaging my girlfriend while we've been while been in the rebuilding self-concept state? I don't tell people how to live their life. You can do whatever the fuck you want to. That's a question you need to ask yourself. Started to understand manifesting a lot because of you. Manifestation is basically mental diet, right? The manifestation part of it coming into your 3D and being your experience is a byproduct of what you believe is true. The thing that you control and the thing that you do is focus on having what you want and things being the way you want them to be. The rest of it, no one really knows why or how the fuck it works. All you can do is tell yourself that you have what you want, which is mental diet. Because the more that you do it and the more that you're focused on that is how shit is. That's all you have control over. The way I personally look at it is I look at whatever is happening in front of me as me getting what I want. Whatever I am experiencing in my 3D, no matter what it logically seems like, is me getting what I want because I know I'm on top of my mental diet. So when I want to worry or doubt or question, I have to remind myself that everything's perfect and this is me getting what I want. I mean, for me to manifest what I want is basically for me to go on a mental diet and stop identifying with not having what I want. Exactly. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. It's that simple. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I am so addicted to biting my nails I could never stop and I hate it and everyone judges me for it. Yeah, you're fucking right. I never bite my nails. It's not a problem. Yeah, you're also fucking right. So happy you found your channel. Thank you for everything. Have a good day. Aw. Have a good day too, Gwen. I'm glad you found my channel too. You are welcome for everything, and like I say all the time, I'm just glad that all my shenanigans is helpful to other people. It's awesome when you guys leave me those comments. I love that. Because it was quite the journey to get here, so it made all of it worth it. When I stopped using the term manifesting and replaced it with how would it be if I had blank, And then choosing that, I feel more natural about it. It's done. I agree. I agree. And I feel like I am going to be moving out of using the terminology of manifesting. Excuse me. Just because it doesn't resonate with me anymore. I'm not manifesting, I'm choosing. The experience of internally what is happening internal, the manifestation of it is a byproduct of how I choose to view things. I'm sick of being like, "Oh, I'm manifesting this," or like that to me makes it sound like it's some fucking drawn out process. And I have to remind myself, no, it's done and I have it now. The how is not our job. Exactly. It's done. I have it now. This is the way shit is. Something you said in one of your videos really helped. It's a choice to see the situation from a certain point of view, no matter what. That's real work. No bullshit. Love your brutal honesty. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I listen, I come on here and say the things that helped me to understand, and that was one of them. It was like, oh, everything outside of me is just happening. I'm the one having a reaction to it and putting the meaning to it. And just because you have a knee jerk reaction that's not like the most favorable thing doesn't mean that you ruined it or anything's wrong. Just the more you understand that it's all you, that's you taking your power back and being like, oh, what about the how? Like, how do we get it? How is not our job? Exactly. How is not your job? Your job is to tell yourself that you have it and that you're going to get it. The Bible said, ask and it is given. It's not your problem to figure out how you're going to get it. Yes, manifesting sounds like we are still waiting for miracles and magic. Now I just want to drop that word and work on changing me. Exactly. I'm finishing up writing the book that I'm working on that is explaining the terms that are most commonly used in this community and like putting my perspective on it and explaining it how I wish somebody would have explained it to me. And as I'm finishing writing this, I'm really like, feeling that where I go from here in my next part of my journey is dropping that shit and really explaining it in a way that works for me and using terminologies that work for me and helping other people to find terminologies that work for them. Just because I look at it, I word it this way doesn't mean that you have to, if you like to look at it as manifesting, then fucking go for that. But for me, there's a lot of baggage attached to manifesting where if I just look at it as choosing, I'm going to choose how I'm going to view this, all of the baggage with manifesting no longer matters anymore. Can't wait to read the book. I cannot wait for you guys to read the book. I am so excited. I will let you know when it is done, but it's going to be, my goal is to have it out by the end of the month, and that should be doable. I'm so grateful for you. Finally, manifestation is clicking for me. Yay. I better say that I already understand, because if I continue to identify with dumb, I will continue to be dumb. Yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's clicked. I understand. I had to do that too. I know everything there is to know about manifesting and fully understand it. I fully believe in manifesting. I trust this. It's safe to trust this. I had to tell myself that shit too. Because I didn't. And I was manifesting all kinds of shit and realizing, oh, yeah, I'm still telling myself that I don't know if I believe and I don't know if I can trust it. And then it's like, oh, that's a perfect manifestation. And I'm getting exactly what I'm telling myself is what is happening. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then you start to do it naturally. I don't think a lot about like what I'm thinking. There are times that I do, but I just catch myself and go, "What the no, that's not I'm not thinking that. I'm not accepting that as true." And it's not even about thinking it. Thinking it isn't the problem. It's accepting it as true and allowing yourself to go down the rabbit hole and go down, follow the breadcrumbs like, "Ooh, I'm just going to follow this string and go down to this place and spiraling." I don't do that. It's not that it never happens. It just I don't do it anymore. How do you deal with the "I don't know, I might need a coach for this," whereas I don't really feel like paying a coach? You tell yourself you have the answers and you don't need a coach. It's a choice. You don't need a coach. Anything that I would tell you in coaching, which I don't coach anymore because I don't want to, but everything I would tell you in coaching, if I did do coaching, is on my YouTube channel. I don't hide fucking anything from you. You're the one who doesn't trust you and are thinking that somebody has answers that you don't have within you. The answers that you are looking for are within you. And until you feel confident enough and tell yourself that you can trust yourself and that you have the answers, you're always going to be looking outside of you for answers. Can we manifest grades or ranks? Yes. I'm clear of the ranks I want. Please tell affirmations. I don't tell people how to think. I don't tell people what to think, but you tell yourself that you have the grades, the ranks, what you want is true right now. If that was true and you knew you had that experience of getting the paper that told you that you have that rank or whatever the fuck would happen, what would you tell yourself? You aren't going to be bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining about how you aren't smart and you don't get good grades and you're not good enough for that to happen and things are so hard for you. What would you be telling yourself if you knew without a shadow of a doubt you were going to get the ranks that you want? That's what you tell yourself, and you accept that as true now. I realize this comes from old conditioning of lack of confidence, and I've been affirming lately that I'm perfect and confident. Nice. I get it. I came from the mentality when I first got into personal development shit. I was listening to somebody who was like, if you want to master anything, then hire a coach and follow their formula because they were successful. And that shit never worked for me. And I realized the reason it never worked for me was because I wasn't taking what resonated and leaving what didn't, and I was trying to fit a round peg into a square hole and making myself fucking miserable. Just because it was right for somebody else doesn't mean it was right for me. This is a journey about you learning to trust yourself. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, what would you think if you already had good grades? These are your affirmations. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's how you come up with any affirmations. What you want is true. You no longer get to bitch, whine, moan, and complain about how it couldn't happen because that is what happens. And when you doubt, you decide there's nothing to be doubtful about. If the only reason there's something to doubt is because you're choosing that there's something to doubt. I had 4 sessions with a law of assumption coach last year. Great guy. I can say nothing bad about him. However, it didn't help. I didn't really do the work. I just expected him to fix it somehow. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's not about getting a coach as I understand thanks to Sonia. It's about work. Yeah, I it's all about you. Realizing it's all you. Realizing that the reason that you want things to change is because of you. It's taking the accountability and the responsibility for that. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you're letting people off the hook for treating you bad or like it's not that. It's realizing that what you have always believed is true has been true. and then taking responsibility and accountability for that. And all I could do when I was coaching is call people on their bullshit like I do on here. It's like, yeah, that's not true. Are you going to continue to fucking think that shit? Or are you going to change it? It all comes back to you. Can we manifest a message from my particular person now? You can do whatever the fuck you want to. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. Whatever is possible for you is possible or not possible because you're telling yourself that that's how shit works. If you can want it, you can decide that that's how shit is. And then when you want to think against it or you want to look outside of you, how you tell yourself that that's how it is. All manifestation is exactly the same. Yeah, coaches don't perform miracles. You have to apply and manifest the miracle. Exactly. Do you love India? I was just thinking yesterday about how I would love to go to India. So there you go. When I worry about the how I'm affirming from the 3D, I'm living from the end internally. Exactly. Exactly. If you start worrying about the how, it's because you're being logical and you're looking at your 3D going, how in the fuck is this going to happen? Forgetting your power and giving it away to shit outside of you. You can manifest anything you believe you can. Exactly. If you can think it, you can have it. I mean, fuck the 3D, laugh out loud. Yeah. Oh, you're affirming fuck the 3D. Yeah. You I know. I've lived, and I think it comes from when we're babies. When you're a baby, you have to rely on the outside world to take care of you. Literally, you can't take care of yourself. Learning to stop looking outside of you is the complete opposite of what you have experienced your entire fucking life. Your entire fucking life. Are most manifestations lagged? You have it right now. The more you are thinking about how it's lagged and how long it's going to take, you are focused on not having it and you're never going to get anything to change because you don't understand that you have it now. You have it now. Stop worrying about the 3D and get inside your fucking head. So New, you refer to Sammy a lot, but somehow you explain her teachings very differently in a way that clicks. I did the whole Sammy thing and got miserable. It is your explanation that helped. Oh, yay. Yeah. Sammy's the one who made it click for me. But even then, it was me realizing that I had to find what worked for me. I started finding coaches that I truly am like, no, these people understand it, and they were all teaching it a little bit differently. And I realized, oh, that's because everyone's a little different, and I need to find what works for me. So until I am ready to learn about myself, I'm constantly going to be looking for answers outside of me. And once I started bringing it back to me, that's when I started to understand. And for me, if I'm going to explain shit to other people, I'm going to do it not in a, I don't mean this in a like, oh, people who don't know are stupid, but if I'm speaking to somebody who I know doesn't understand, I cannot speak the same way as if I was speaking to somebody who I know understands. You have to meet people where they are. I love that you keep it simple. That's why I'm here. Hi. Thinking about the how won't help manifest right, so it doesn't seem to make sense to focus on that. Exactly. If you're sitting there being like, I want this, but how could it ever happen? You don't even think it's possible that you could have it. And that's what's going to manifest. It's going to be your experience. You're not going to have it because you don't think it's even possible for you to get it. And you're bitching, whining, moaning, and complaining about trying to figure out how to get it instead of just telling yourself that you have it. I just want to keep listening to you. You make so much sense, even with the small basic thing, the very small basic things. Oh, yay. I try to keep it simple. It is simple. It's just what you tell yourself is true is true. I think Sammy is good for those who want to manifest just one desire, but those who want to change their whole life like me, I'm enjoying watching Sonia and Roxy. I think everyone has their place and you need to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I don't want anybody thinking that I have all the answers and if they just, copy me exactly, then they'll get results too. That's not the point. It's take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We're all teaching the same shit. We're just doing it from our perspective and what works for us. And if what works for me doesn't work for you, that doesn't make me wrong or bad, or all I can do is speak from my experience. When we think about the how, we are just limiting ourselves. I agree. I agree. And I know it was so hard to let go of the how. And I still have things that it's like I'll catch myself thinking about the how, but man, don't think about the how. You're pretty much the only coach that doesn't tell people to copy you, and I love that. I'm very grateful that you love that. I that comes from my experience with my law of attraction coach, where it was copy me to the T or you're being difficult, and it was a fucking cult. Like that's what it was. And it's like I don't want to get on here and start a cult. I don't want that. I want to share my experience and help the people who what I have to say can help. And a big part of what I was missing was that take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and make it your own. Not there's no one answer. There is no one size fits all. I just posted a video yesterday about do you have to be grateful to manifest, because that's a big thing. Oh, be grateful and show gratitude, and that shit never worked for me at all. That made my anxiety so much worse. Oh, but scientifically, if you are grateful and you have gratitude practice, you're gonna be better, you're gonna be happier. It made my life a living fucking hell. That was my experience. I don't care what the science says. That was my experience. And I had quite a few people go, yeah, no, that was also my experience. You have got to find what works for you and trust you. You're manifesting perfectly. And I know if things suck, you probably don't want to fucking hear that, but it's a perfect manifestation. I didn't expect you to have all the answers. I think you help us a lot find our own answers internally. That's what I'm here for, helping you find your answers. Gratitude BS made me absolutely miserable, laugh out loud. Yeah, and when I was doing all that shit, I thought I was the only person who felt that way. Literally, I was like, "Oh, I'm like broken cuz this doesn't work for me." And now I'm like, That's not how that works." Yara, you too? Yeah. The only person that I heard speak anything about gratitude and not doing it as like be grateful for what you have was Sammy. She did a video at some point where she's like, stop being grateful for shit you don't want. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. If I'm focused on being grateful for things I don't want, number one, what am I focused on? The shit I don't want. which of course, being focused on that more, one, is going to keep it in my experience, but two, was probably going to be triggering to my anxiety. And that was when I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let that go and not do it. And then it was like right when I was doing that video, I saw a video from somebody else. I don't know who it was, but they were like, yeah, if you tell people just be grateful when they're in a fight or flight, freeze, fear state, you're gonna be more anxious. And I'm like, yeah, that was my fucking experience. I learned from my past manifesting mistakes when I used to wait for the 3D to change instead of letting go from the 3D and see my inner world as the real world. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. But that it takes practice. It takes practice to come back inside your head and be like, nope, this is how things are going to be. It doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter what I'm experiencing. Sounds like law of attraction, not law of assumption. Yeah. Gratitude reminds me of the high vibe, being happy 24 hours a day and the frequencies, and reminds me of all the traumas I had with the law of attraction. Yeah. Oh yeah. Someone left a comment and was like, talking about the law of attraction shit and how they were grateful that they found the law of assumption and were like, even if I never manifested anything, at least I'm not walking around like I had a lobotomy. And I was like, oh man, that is exactly the experience I had with law of attraction. Abso-fucking-lutely. There are many manifestation coaches out there teaching the same stuff. However, in my opinion, each of them has their own uniqueness and individuality. I pick what clicks for me. Exactly. That is my biggest advice to anybody is take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It doesn't all have to be for you. It doesn't all have to click for you. If something is just not for you, let it go. I remember even the coaches I respect and love say match the frequency of not needing a relationship. It's like, cool, but how? Drove me nuts. Yeah. I never understood that shit. I never understood. It's like you don't understand how to match the frequency. You no. If you fucking did, tell me how to do it. I don't. And then when I realized, oh, it's just my thoughts, I was like, oh, I can attune that. I can pay attention to that. I can do that. I'm grateful to have found the law of assumption, but in the sense of being polite. Like, thank you, but not the same sense of vibrating in love and happiness. Laugh out loud. I understand that everything is frequency and we're, a vibration, and if you look at quantum physics, like it's kind of probably a more of a vibrational thing and whatever, but like I needed something practical. I could focus on changing my thoughts. I could affirm. I could do that. I couldn't figure out how to not need things and not think about things and set it and forget it or set the intention. I Not needing the frequency stuff to manifest is the biggest relief, right? Between that and then you'll either get that or something better was so anxiety inducing, and it was just a fucking nightmare. I'm on a no more law of attraction diet as part of my mental diet. I agree. I agree. Imagine having to force yourself to be happy all day. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's a lot. It's a lot. When I was being taught that it was your feelings and that you have to feel certain ways in order for shit to manifest, and you can't control what you manifest. You can have anything that you want, but you can't control that, and you have no say in that, and you'll either get that or something better. I was so brainwashed by that mentality that when I found the law of assumption, I was like, wait, I can have the person I want, the relationship I want, the amount of money that I can have exactly what I want. I couldn't believe it. I didn't understand it. It was overwhelming, but at the same time, it was very comforting and actually made sense. We are humans, that's insane. Yeah, I could never just be happy all the time. Now, am I in a state where I am mostly happy and even when I'm upset, I still feel happiness underneath it? Yeah. But when I hear that it's your feelings that manifest, it makes me spiral immediately because in that case, there is no hope, laugh out loud. Listen, I, yeah, it never made any fucking sense to me, especially because my coach was like, you can feel, if you're feeling sad or angry, you can feel those feelings. That won't manifest, but you have to force yourself to feel happy or calm or whatever your manifestation would make you feel now in order for it to manifest. I'm like, what? My relief in finding the law of assumption is getting rid of the fear that the universe was deciding what I would have or not have. That this or something better. Oh, yeah. 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 I that whole thing kept me in such a state of not having and waiting and looking outside of me because I did not feel safe just letting it go. I needed because I didn't really believe, I didn't trust it. And it was like, because I'm the person who, not so much anymore, but I used to be the person very much so that I needed like 20 steps ahead of me planned. And to just like, yeah, no. Nope. I still manifested when I felt like shit. Yep, me too. Damn, everyone is saying here is so real, laugh out loud. It's so relieving to see how you're not alone. Yeah. And that's part of my intention, I guess, for this channel, or part of this I just don't give a fuck of my channel, of I want to come on here and make the videos that I want to make. I don't really give a fuck if they're going to be popular or if they're going to go viral, or like, I don't care. Because I will tell you, the videos that I have made that have not done the best when it comes to views, like every single one of those videos, I've gotten a comment from somebody being like, thank you for making this video. No one else is talking about this, and I just needed to hear this message. I honestly don't really want to be a part of the law of assumption community, the manifesting community. I don't really care. I'm on here to share my message and help the people that I can help with that message. Otherwise, I don't really care. The feeling is more about feel it natural, not an emotion. I absolutely agree. And the more you focus on the point of affirming or scripting or visualizing is to make it feel more natural, to have that experience that you want be a possibility, so much more productive. Yeah, I remember constantly hearing that the universe prepared a person for you, but you don't decide who it is. In that case, why do I even need these teachings? They are they were supposed to help. Now I have such an evasion to the whole the universe has a plan for you bullshit. Oh yeah, the whole here's my problem with that though, right? The universe has a person picked out for you. Okay, but eventually I have to be aware that that's my person. Right? Like I have to want to be with them. I have to like I it never I just yeah, I there's too many holes in it for me. I just no. Thank God it's behind us. We know better now. Yeah, absolutely. A coach said to me, "Maybe it's not meant for you. Maybe it's not part of your soul plan." Oh God, the people with the soul plan. I'm fucking sorry, but I don't think that I would make a soul plan that I then came here and am fucking miserable. I don't agree with that shit. That's like mm-mm. No, especially seeing what I have seen now. I have no idea what is beyond the experience that I am having in this present moment. I don't fucking know, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. You have to believe that a soul plan exists in order for it to limit you in the first place. I'm just saying. So done with the universe deciding what I get. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that it's not meant for you thing was my fear too. Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess it's not meant for me, but I really want it. And I guess I'll get something better. And all of it kept me from just telling myself that things were the way I wanted to be, which was the only thing I needed to be doing. And it's like, okay. The universe is you, no separation. What you seek is seeking you. Why do we have a desire if it's not meant for us? Our true heart desire. That was my fucking thing. That was my fucking thing. The universe decides is against our free will. All of that. It was like you can have anything what you want, but you can't really have it. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what? If I don't like the person the universe sent, can I ask for a refund? Laugh out loud. Right, where do you go to complain about the selection that the universe made for you? Be like, I love that. I love that. Right. I also heard soul contract. The soul contract is finished. This relationship was meant to end and all that. Now I have to reprogram myself from all that crap. Yeah. Oh, that soul contract nonsense. Yeah. And listen, I fell into that shit too cuz it's like, "Oh, but this falls into me getting what I want, and though that explains why I'm not getting what I want." And it was all me just telling myself I didn't have what I want. It was very simple. It was all me. We all love you. I love you too. That was a struggle of mine as well. Yeah. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. That is the thing that I wish somebody would have just drilled into my head. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. That's what you're going to tell yourself is true, then you're fucking right. Most people are just hoarding money now. Why even get their coaching when they don't help at all? Like what? It's fascinating. It's fascinating. What is a good way to get out of indecision, to decide you always know what decision to make? I always make good decisions. This is where I have learned to trust myself. When I make decisions, I trust myself. I do a couple different kinds of visualizations. I like to have conversations with my higher self, ancestors, uh, spirit guides, who knows what else the fuck I talk to, tarot cards. Pay attention to the energy of, if I go down this path, how does that feel versus going down this path, how does that feel? And I fucking trust myself. Being indecisive is a choice you're making. I don't know what the right decision is. So on your channel is a breath of fresh air. I can finally breathe. Ah, yay. Fortunately, I was only into the law of attraction for a month. Oh, you're lucky. I was in a coaching group for over 3 years. And there was another like year on top of that of me trying to figure it out for myself. So yeah, be grateful that that was a short-lived experience for you, because I had to literally deprogram myself from all of that shit, and it was not a fun experience. I love having conversations with my higher self too. Oh yeah, me too. I think some people taught these teachings, but even they don't understand them. Now some people say that the law of attraction and the law of assumption are the same thing, but they are not. Anyone who has spent a few years in the law of attraction knows how it is different. Yeah, honestly, this is just my opinion. As far as I know, the first time anybody used law of attraction was Abraham Hicks. They used that in a title of one of the books, is The Law of Attraction something. So I believe that's where that whole thing started. To me, it's just I didn't understand Neville and teachings from people before, and now I'm deeming it the law of attraction because I can. I don't know what all was going into the law of attraction shit. I don't know if any of this shit actually works for people. I just know it never worked for me. And I will tell you, watching all of those people is what I do not give a fuck what other people are posting on this topic. I am going to post what I feel that I need to post and trust that it reaches the people it needs to reach. Thanks for your answer. You're welcome. We're all unlearning that stuff. Yeah, and it's not just that stuff, it's unlearning all of the stuff that no longer serves us, right? Excuse me. All that you have to be in contract to manifest them. BS, insane, dude. Why are they putting limiting beliefs onto people? I don't know. A lot of them, I swear, I read this in a book and I'm just going to regurgitate that information to people, because that's what a lot of business people, at least when I, in like the mid teen, like 2010 to 2020 span there, it was like 2016, 2017 when I started learning about like marketing online. That's what people were teaching people to do. Take your knowledge and share it with people. So read books and regurgitate information. And that's what these people fucking did. And they built a business off of it. Did they understand what they were teaching? I have no fucking idea. It doesn't, knowing what I know now, I don't know that they understand what they're fucking saying. Because I feel if they truly did, they wouldn't say what they're saying. I learned at the beginning with Abraham to, at first everything was beautiful, but after I started to see about the vortex frequencies and let go, everything became confusing and difficult. I had anxiety And being happy 24 hours a day and being grateful for everything is not my strong point. Yeah, I tried listening to some Abraham Hicks. That shit never made sense to me. I was like the vortex. Like, what the fuck is the vortex? What are you talking about? Like, I don't understand. And then there was the one idiot who thinks Abdullah didn't exist. What the fuck? Wow. It didn't matter if he did either way. I don't, yeah, no, I. So, is that to discredit what Neville was teaching? Wow. I don't even know what to say to that one. That's magic in a not a great way, but like, what the fuck? Abraham put things in the most confusing and convoluted way, and their point is essentially just feel good. Feel good is great, but this is the least helpful advice ever. Yeah. And even more so, that anxiety must be low frequency, right? And then you're fucked. You fucked it up. It's ruined. Yeah, yeah, it was a nightmare. It doesn't matter if he did either way, I guess. Yeah, I that's I've never heard that. That is wild. Oh wow. Crazy to me to think about how people used to get jobs before phones and technology were invented, and they got jobs purely through networking and going into stores. My introverted ass could never. That was how I got my grooming job. I just walked in and gave him my resume, and that's how I gotten most jobs, actually, even in the days of technology. I felt like the vortex is essentially where all your desires are pending once you align with them. Problem is there's no way to align and no explanation on how to do that. Yeah, that was that was my whole thing with all of that shit, is to be in alignment with it. And it's like, what? Alignment. Am I thinking thoughts that tell me that I'm getting or having what I want? That I can do that. I can do that. Pointed out that Murphy was also taught by him, and this stuff was taught long before Abdullah. Exactly. Didn't Abdullah exist? I thought he existed. As far as I know, he exists. Law of attraction for me is love and light and unicorn farts. Naive and stupid. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I tried many shampoos for itchy, dry scalp, was frustrated, nothing worked, had the urge to buy a specific shampoo, and it worked perfectly. See? There you go. Law of attraction physically and mentally exhausted me. Yeah, me too. Bradley, I don't know if you were on here earlier, but I mentioned a comment somebody left about how they were glad that they found the law of assumption. Even if nothing ever manifested, they're at least no longer walking around like they had a lobotomy. And I was like, oh man, that perfectly explains my law of attraction days. No more law of attraction. No. Apparently, there's a book about Abdullah. It's called, I believe, Abdullah, Teacher and Healer. Not sure if it's the same Abdullah, but many people think so. I've heard that there are books that were written about or by Abdullah, but nobody knows for sure. There are texts from the Kabbalion, which is much older. Yep. This knowledge is not new. People from all over the planet have known it forever. But honestly, the 3 stories about Abdullah that we know is enough. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. All right, you guys, you have any last questions for me today? I need to jump off of here. I got things I got to get doing. But it was fun hanging out with you this morning. I will be back live at least on Thursday at 12 Eastern here in the US. On Thursday, 12 noon Eastern, to do, if you would like a bitch slap or hug. I'll be live at some point to keep you guys updated on the book because that is getting done soon. But yeah. Who is Abdullah? Abdullah is who taught Neville Goddard how to manifest. He was a Ethiopian rabbi who taught a lot of people. He also taught Joseph Murphy. Thank you so much, Sonia. Have a good one. You too. Bye. You're welcome. What's your opinion on doing drugs like smoking and alcohol that people say are really bad for you, and manifesting that they don't hurt you despite what our society says? Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. Again, you need to ask yourself about that. That's you. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. If you believe that eating certain foods is bad for you, you're right. If you believe that eating certain foods will make it so you can't manifest, you're fucking right. There are plenty of people who eat and do whatever they fucking want to, and whatever you tell yourself is true is true. There's no fucking exception to that. Sometimes a little alcohol helps quieting down the logical side of the brain. That is, again, this is about you learning about you and doing what's right for you. I can't tell you what to do or what to think and what to believe. That's all on you. How can we manifest while feeling negative? You realize that your emotions don't manifest, it's what you are telling yourself that does. So you need to focus on changing your mindset. Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. I'm feeling negative, so I can't manifest. You're being proven right. It's working perfectly. How do you connect and talk to your spirit guides? I just do. I just do. I did a meditation with somebody, one of the law of attraction people actually. Did a meditation with one of them to like connect with your oldest spirit guide. Had a really fucking wild experience doing that and have just always been able to connect to them ever since. All right, guys, I gotta jump off of here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. Love and light.